Hello everyone, my name is David Swingler, and this is the presentation video for the Howland proposal for a new mission organization and Bible and Tract Society. In this summary, I will go over many topics involved with forming and the reasoning behind and forming a mission group. The overview is, the first thing is the purpose is to spread the gospel in all nations and to provide housing, free housing and schooling for the crew and missionaries. The second thing we aim to do is to establish a strong Christian presence in the United States of America. The main points of this presentation will cover the background, the initial setup, the people and resources, our mission statement, and how you can get involved. Starting off with the background, the early history, since I've always been a Christian, and I accepted Christ at when I was very young, and I have excellent parents, and I've always kind of been a planner, and I've kind of always thought it'd be cool to have some place where family and friends could live and work in a cheap or free environment. And they would all, like a Christian group, community that could live together and function as a community. And since I got interested and felt led to start getting into ministry, I kind of began with Bible tracts, basically the gospel on a little pamphlet that you could hand out or set somewhere. And it's a great way for a young person to start evangelizing. I really recommend it, and I still do that to this day. I just do it in a slightly larger volume, but that's kind of what I did. And then as I expanded, I was on a trip to Canada on my parents' boat when I was probably 11 or 12, and I thought I'd been kind of inspired by the book God's Smuggler and Brother Andrew and Living Waters and stuff. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could, quote-unquote, smuggle Bibles and tracts into Canada? Well, then the next year COVID hit, and I couldn't do that. But that kind of made me refocus on the United States and setting up a mission group here that could start small, start here, and expand out. Lastly, the need for a new mission group. All of the current mission groups are great, and I support them, and I agree with what they're doing. But for the exact ideas and purpose of what I want to do, I feel a need to start from scratch and start a new mission group that can do exactly what is needed and exactly what kind of my vision is to evangelize to all nations and not even send missionaries to specific places, just send out almost like a tactical battle strategy of quote-unquote attacks or missions to places strategically where it's most needed, and to get the gospel out to as many people as possible. As far as the initial setup, there are three main points. The first, I think, is establishing a headquarters and a base of operations. I'll get to the need for this in a minute, but my idea is, my family has had a farm up in the Chewelah Valley in eastern Washington for a long time, since America was founded. And that also brings me to why I named it Howland, is after my and several other of the people involved's ancestor, John Howland, who was a pastor and came over on the Mayflower. And since then, my family has kind of always liked the Chewelah Valley, and we currently own over 180 acres of property there, and that is where that's my goal, to set up the organization's headquarters. It's a place where we can set up a school. It's plenty of flat land out there, but it's protected naturally from the environment, and just the geography helps. And that's why I think there should be a main headquarters. It's a central place for the community and for Howland to just have all of the crew and support people and missionaries and everyone live in a single place as opposed to just spread out. It's not only more efficient, it's also more fun, and it provides a Christian schooling system and community for everyone involved. Next, recruiting additional help. This I will cover later on in this presentation and in the next presentation video, where I outline how our recruiting process will be handled. Finally, sending out missions is a key part of starting it, and this will be done via boats who can take the gospel up and down the coast, as well as people, of course, on land driving around, and also walk-on passengers on airplanes can take a couple hundred tracts or several Bibles in their luggage and take it to wherever they're traveling as almost a working vacation where they'd spread the gospel but also get to enjoy the area. And that's kind of my initial setup phase. Covering people and resources, the first thing I think is managing new workers. So this will be handled by not just letting anyone in, and we very much need more help, but the thing is, I don't want to send out unequipped missionaries or even invite in just random people who claim to be Christians. My goal is, first of all, they have to sign a statement of faith, and then also leading into the next one is creating the academy. And the academy will be about a 2 to 3 month set of just lessons on, one of the lessons will be on boating, so they can get a head start into just the boating career, and also driving. We offer driving lessons and a driving test. So even if someone already has their license, they'll go through a driving certification process before they can enter any of our driving programs for our missions. The next thing is forming a leadership strategy. So having clear leaders, and of course everyone will follow God, but having clear leaders here so that we can effectively command the mission field, and also engaging in mission simulations. This is one thing where I have experience with naval tactics, and specifically, but also just Army strategy. And one of the key things is simulations. So battle drills, for instance, like if you're going to smuggle 100 Bibles into China. Well, what you can do is up here in the San Juan Islands, which is where I'm recording this presentation from, there are many beaches, and you find a beach that's similar to your target in China, and on U.S. soil, you can carry out the quote-unquote invasion and smuggle operation just onto a friendly island. That's what we do in the military, and that really helps people understand how to do it and just know more what they're doing, and alleviates anxiety and nervousness, and it really helps overall just being able to simulate what you're going to do and then go out and do it in the real world is a great benefit. Next, the most important thing is our mission statement, and I haven't done a huge amount for this because I think it needs to be simple and clear. The primary thing is to put God first and follow what He's doing and follow Him, and just making sure that everyone's following Him and that everyone is steadfast in their faith. The second section is applying good doctrine to our teaching. One of the things will not only be sending out missionaries to teach, we also will have a chapel on campus and be training and bringing up new missionaries and adding to our numbers. So that includes sound doctrine coming straight from the Bible, not from pre-designed lessons or other teachers. All of our teaching and all of us need to rely on the Bible. How you can get involved? For one thing, you can contact the mission head, which will be elected each year. This is the overall organizer and kind of the CEO, you could say, of the organization. And this person will lead the organizations. And why we've chosen to have an election each year, we have not assigned when the election will be yet. That will be determined as we get started in the next couple of years. But the mission head will be elected because just so that there's a spread of power, and this person doesn't has the final say, but not all the say, where we have other people who will work with them on making the important decisions, and also this person will be the most capable leader that we can get, which I guess I don't want to say that I'm definitely certainly not the perfect leader. However, for the first quarter and couple years as we get this started, that will be me. But then once we're underway, I will step down, or if people want me to stay and lead the organization, I would be very happy to do that. The next part of getting involved is taking part in a training cruise through the academy. So this is done. There are two main sections of the academy, and there will be a third added after about 5 years. The first section is the Land Academy, which consists of a training course and then a higher standard of driving test than just getting your license. This ensures safe and effective driving on mission trips, as well as the benefits of going through the academy are not just having to go through basic training, but you also get to head straight into any mission you choose, and you get to, with the land vehicle assessment, once you have your on-campus license, you can drive any vehicle permitting on campus. Also, the second portion of the academy, this will all be covered in depth in the academy presentation, but the second portion is the Sea Academy. The other main point is boats. We can spread the gospel very effectively and cheaply over the sea, and there will be training cruises as well as a boat academy, and as stated before, there will also be a boating license that you can get that will allow you to serve on any mission ship anywhere on the world that is part of Howland. And the training cruise, we are currently working on assigning a vessel to take people out on for a training cruise and kind of getting them interested in the Sea Academy. And then also there will be instructed lessons on all forms of the academy. The last portion is the Air Academy, which once we have airplanes and overseas missions happening, that will be covered, and there will be also a test and license for that. Some final words. In conclusion, the Howland Project will effectively and properly spread the gospel and care for its people and crew. In addition, our goal is just to follow the Lord. And to wrap things up here, I would like to say I thank you all for listening to this, and to all of the Howland members and crew members who are also listening in on this presentation. I thank you for that, and I hope that you all that you all would consider my proposal, and I thank you everyone for your time. Thank you.